Welcome back to Crypto's juiciest news, friends. I am wearing my bull hat. Moo! Bitcoin is at $45,000. We have done a little bit of a pump over the session. And of course, why? It's because Jim Cramer, the inverse oracle god, has given us those 5 tweets. I mean, I am still in shock that he would give us 5 bearish tweets. This is what the chart looks like if we just zoom in. You know, we can even go down to like the 4 hour just to have a bit of a perv. Just see what it looks like. Remember, he started bearish tweeting us. Now we have the bull mode activating. I just want to remind you that very, very hard to make out what's going on in these. That's why we'll always stick to the weekly chart. Also, the weekly chart's looking nice, friends. But don't forget, wicks up here, wicks down here. I won't be surprised if we come out, we screw around. Yay, no, we're going to fill this side and we do something else later. Just, you know, we don't exactly know what's going on, but just be prepared for that. And look, I've already shown you, right? It doesn't matter how you look at it. The Bitcoin's best days are done. That's it. Now Wall Street's in, and now everything's slowing down. Of course, meet Kevin and Jeremy Lafufu and all the other stock boomers. They still think Bitcoin and Ethereum are the legit ones, and everything else is a scam, which just tells me, oh wow, I got to get on the rest of my hats too, because we're just getting started in the altcoins, baby. And I want to show you just this like unique piece of news, friends. So this is from TreVon. Now TreVon actually said, "Get ready to get scary rich." Now I haven't watched his video yet because it just came out, but when I saw it, however, just to let you know, TreVon is a very cautious investor. He's very, very cautious. Now, obviously, he gets long in crypto, but he never believes any hype. Okay, he never thinks this thing's going to change the world and like, oh, we're all going to get euphoric. He never believes that. He's always basically got one foot out the door, ready to like basically the ship sinking. Okay, I'm out, whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, I shouldn't have got my hopes up anyway. It was always a bit more like pessimistic, skeptical, that type of attitude. Okay, but watching his language, he has completely shifted right in line with me. So now he's starting to see like, get ready to get rich, man. Like these things are actually going to go up. Okay, so he wasn't talking like this before. You're probably wondering like, wow, how do I even know this? It's just I watch a lot of people. I can see people's personalities, different personalities and feelings, and how they just basically morph together with the cycle. And the most important thing is if you can see somebody else, that's really important. But the best one is to read yourself, because that's the most, you can at least rely on yourself like that. Because when I look at other people, they're learning. That's the tough part. You see, like for example, Crypto Banter. Okay, shout out to Ran, friend of the channel. Now Ran, in his first like 2017, 2021, when I was just watching and hearing stories, he would really get excited and crypto changing the world. But now Ran, I've noticed in the past 12 months, he has leveled up. So he's not a counter signal anymore. He's learned, oh crap, when you guys start to get really bullish, we got a crash coming right around the corner. He's starting to learn that, and I can see him learning that. You know who else went through that phase? BitBoy. So JigglyPuff, we caught a wild JigglyPuff in the PulseChain community. He is no longer a top or bottom signal as well. He learned as too. See, this is the thing, friends. In prop firms, in trading firms, the holy grail is to basically get trainees and find people who are consistently losing and make a bot that just does the opposite of them. But the problem is, eventually, these people kind of learn. So you want someone whose like win rate is like 30%. They just keep losing all the time. Unfortunately, as they keep like basically trading, they get slightly better and they just become like 50% towards 50. And then you don't have any real edge anymore. They're just a coin flip. They're just losing to the slippage and the brokerage. So you see these little edges that people try to look for in this game. It's kind of interesting, right? So this is what I've noticed. Now, I've mentioned like the 5% of us, we can basically see, okay, this is the next phase coming in. And for everyone else, you don't have to see it. It doesn't really matter now because I don't want you to hurt yourself. But this is basically the last chance you have to do leverage, like right now. This is it. Will I do it? No. Still not going to do it. Not worth the chance. What if that yield curve inversion thing ends up being right and there's like a big disaster, black swan? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And you don't need leverage. I'm giving you all the altcoins, man. PulseChain altcoins is leverage on PulseChain's leverage on Ethereum. Yeah. And the altcoins are going to be leverage on PulseChain. Even getting friends, when some of these things, they're giving you 5x on your Pulse. If Pulse is going to do 20x from here, that's 100x. You're literally looking at 100x gems everywhere. Not just like, oh, one. No, everywhere. That's beautiful to see, right? So that's what I'm just telling you. We've now moved into this zone, and the zone is basically you flip the green weekly super trend, and now you're doing this sideways thing because no one really believes. It's like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? It's just, this is where the risk has to be taken. And I want to mention one thing. This might be a bit more time sensitive. Now I have a video here, friends. I have a video here buying the XEN Blood. Now in this video, I showed that there was an investor. Let's actually go to the XEN chart just so I can show you. Now, there was a XEN investor, XEN Maxi. He crucified me up here, all right? He came up here because I said, hey, wow, you hit minus 100%. Then it went up here, crucified me. And you think, okay, what's the significance of that? Well, I just found out he sold, okay? So not only, I don't know if he's clicked sell. You don't need to know if he's clicked sell, but he's left the main channels. He's not speaking to anybody anymore. So that's basically like, usually people don't just do that out of nowhere, right? Some people do, but most of the time, if you do that, you've clicked sell. You don't actually need him to click sell, but that's like a form of a giant capitulation shift. Now, this XEN Maxi, I think, is a fantastic signal because here he was crucifying me, putting me on the cross, and now I made this video to say, sweet, buying his blood. See you later. Okay, don't fade me again. All right? Maybe learn for free next time. Now, I am drawing this box here. This is the regular chart, log chart, by the way, and it's on market cap, friends. So up the top here, it's not price. Click up here, you can change it to market cap just because it's a bit easier just to look at the numbers. Okay, so now it's at like 18 million-ish market cap. So if we change it to a regular chart, it just looks like, whoa, what are we looking at? Okay, if we put this, we get to see it. Now, this is why it's fascinating. Even if you buy the top of this box and it goes back to a 400 million market cap here, let's go to 500 million, you get a 15x. That's how dumped it is. Wow. So I've already made the video here. I made multiple videos on this. I actually bought XEN a month ago. So I'm just reminding you, hey friend, this is why I'm actually your friend, man. I'm telling you, by the way, after I made the video, it went lower. It went lower than my price. And I've been telling you, yeah, I'm still in. You can actually get lower than me. I was telling everyone, man. I'm telling you guys. And it's actually, I think, still lower than my price, friends. I think I got in 20 million market cap around somewhere here. Anyway, it went down lower. Now, I don't know if it's going to go higher. It's just that the whole play here is one of two things are going to happen. Okay, let's actually draw the scenarios here. Either there's going to be a supply shock run where everybody buys XEN to burn it for XN chain and get the points, basically their sacrifice phase. It's the same as, imagine Richard Hart said, okay, we're running the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. To actually participate though, you have to burn HEX. Imagine he said that. You can't sacrifice ETH, stablecoins, Matic, or any of these other coins. No, you have to buy HEX first, and then it's only taken in HEX points. All right. Now that's basically the equivalent. What would it be? Now, what would you be thinking? You'd be thinking, oh golly gee, I wonder if there's a lot of people out here who just want to participate in an ICO. What ends up happening is they might pay any price just to get in because they're looking at their 10 grand. They don't care about the price again. They're like, okay, so I've got 10 grand to convert and then put it in the price. That's one scenario. We don't know if this is going to happen, okay? So one scenario is up here. If that happens, then it's going to be too euphoric. You probably want to get out profit and not even participate. The other scenario is where we kind of just like fizzle out. And if this happens, friends, you sacrifice. I'm going to be doing, okay, not financial advice. If we fizzle out, I'm going to be like actually sacrificing. And that to me means that there are no weak hands who are in XN chain with me. And so I'm just going to speculate in a year from now that there probably will be a lot of weak hands after like there's a year for projects and stuff to launch here and there. That's all you need to know. It's simple as that. It's a lot. I think it's worth a lottery ticket. Just because you know the community, you know people are watching the eyeballs. That's it. It is what it is. You know people know. It's just, there's no secret VCs and we can't. It's open for everyone. Okay, so that's why I think it's worth paying attention to that. Of course, lottery ticket, friends. Lottery ticket as well. Now, this is interesting too. A PsyOps crypto platform, Prometheum, will offer Ethereum as the first product. So these guys became famous in 2022. I forgot what they did. They went in front of court saying like basically, I forgot they called crypto like a Ether scam or FTX. There's a lot of these weird insiders, Wall Street linked guys. You could just tell, friends, they got a strangle on the crypto industry. And it's just sad to see that. Look what they're doing. They're offering Ethereum first. Why are they offering Ethereum first, friends? It's because they know it's compromised. They know Bitcoin's compromised now, Ethereum's compromised. The government thinks it's safe enough. You can't hide or do anything private. So we have full faith in that, which means the boomers are in, which means the upside is much less. That's how we know to avoid it. To add, OKEx launched in Argentina, but for some reason, PulseChain is still delisted from them. So I'm going to remind you, when did OKEx delist PulseChain? Let's have a look at the chart. Literally at this bottom right here. It was literally this Pico bottom. And then we rallied, congratulations, like a 4x move from their delisting. So OKEx exchange, I don't know what you guys are doing, but if you want free money, you should probably like list PulseX and HEX again, or don't, and we're just going to take over anyway, and then you're going to be begging for it when Binance and Coinbase eventually have to list us. Because otherwise, you're going to go the way of the dodo, like Bakkt. Bakkt is actually dog shit and about to go bankrupt. They were PsyOps in the industry. So there was this female politician. She basically just used crypto to gain popularity in 2019. That was a 2019 narrative thing. Bakkt launch. And just to remind you, friends, this is actually fantastic to see. If you doubt the power of Wall Street products, when did Bakkt launch, friends? It was around up here. Bakkt got announced, and then we had sweet 50% drop in Bitcoin. So, and then that caused the big dump. I think it was the dump happened like September. It went from like 9,600 down to like 7K. That's just it was a vicious dump. You're just learning that these people are not here to help us at all. What I've just noticed too, friends, this is the monthly SuperTrend for Bitcoin. It's actually, look at this. It's actually above in the buy zone, $45,000. We need it to be above here because that's important. After that point, there's usually this 2 months of basically Bitcoin going sideways. It actually ends up being red on the chart. It looks nice, but it's probably going to feel worse. But we're hoping these altcoins flush up. And speaking of altcoins, right? New cycle 1 potential altcoins. 100 scam ERC 404 projects immediately start launching. Be careful as they all rug within 60 minutes. We need real projects. So I just made a video yesterday. It's actually time sensitive. I'm telling you guys, just start getting used to it. Now, time sensitive doesn't necessarily mean go buy everything. I'm just telling you, for you and me to see a good project, you have to be in early and just be sniffing around on the grass, eating your grass, friends, as your bulls, because we don't know what's really good. What's a good logo? What's a good project? What's an NFT project here and there? We need to actually get a feel for the industry in this sector as it emerges, because something will pop up like a mushroom that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal that lets everyone get in. There'll be a mint here and there, and you get to get in. You're like, sweet. You might be backed by someone big. You never know. These things will appear. Someone wants to try something new. And just to remind you, what's ERC 404? It just lets you trade NFTs in a liquid part, in a smaller part. So you don't have to. You can, if you have one of an NFT, you can actually sell 0.1 of it. And how does it work? Well, if your digit goes below 1 in your wallet, if it goes to 0.9, it burns the NFT out of your wallet, but you still have 0.9 of the equivalent token. And then when you go and buy back to 1.0, it mints you an NFT from the pool. It's not that exact specific one. So that basically, in a nutshell, that's how it works, okay? Now, this is most important. ETH BTC, it's still 0.053. So we actually need ETH BTC to keep cranking. However, look what it's doing right now. It's actually not moving around. I guess we'll see what happens, friends, because look, to be honest, the best scenario is ETH BTC goes nowhere and actually stays dead. That's the best scenario, right? If it actually just stays here, okay, does nothing, and our altcoins fly. That's the actual best scenarios. You know why? Because if our altcoins go ballistic in the next 19 days, right, 3 to 4 months, because the ETH BTC ratio is cheap, if it's not expensive, right, what it means is if you're going to take profit, you could take some into Bitcoin and Ethereum and some into your stable coins, and you basically win no matter what. That's the best part. You get to actually accumulate Ethereum. So it's basically thinking some people turn 1 ETH into 10 ETH. That's cool. 10 ETH of value. And if the Ethereum is still cheap, you just got to weather some storm. And that's a nice thing to basically have in the back of your mind. But if ETH is expensive, now you're in a pickle. Because now it's oh my gosh, what I'll do? I have to either go in stable coins or I basically can't buy anything. Otherwise, I might be buying the top of an ETH BTC run. Because look how harmful. I mean, it's not harmful, but just look how annoying this is. ETH BTC goes sideways for basically 150 days. What's that? 5 months going nowhere. And look at this. This is 250 days after it flips up. So that's just something to think about. Depends how the story is going to go with Ethereum and all the altcoins. Because I've just told you so many times. So many altcoins, way too cheap versus ETH. Way too cheap, man. Way too cheap. And it makes sense because Ethereum, they had premature ejaculation. In 2022 bear market, ETH was super strong. Okay, and this is something you're going to learn in markets, okay? If you don't pay the price with depression, you don't get enormous euphoria. It's crazy, right? I know markets, unfortunately, that's how they work. The only way for you to get that candy is for you to go through deep price pain. Deep price pain. You can't just get like this just amazing, oh, sweet, we're strong the whole time. It doesn't work like that. Not in natural markets. In the Ponzi stock market, it's a different story because it's all rigged anyway, but not in real natural markets. So when in December 2022, when FTX collapsed, okay, ETH was, I guess, meant to go down here to match Bitcoin, $600, but it stopped at 1,200. Okay, so this was super strong. And everyone was basically, if you guys were around in 2022, everyone was saying, thank you, Ethereum. Thank you for saving the industry. I promise you, that was the biggest meme. The meme was, thank you, Ethereum stayed up. It never went down. It's the greatest thing ever. Even I was saying thank you. We really did need it, right? But that's 2022. We're all going to zero mentality. Now we're all going up. You basically say bye-bye to grandpa and you're like, yeah, I'm not early to you anymore, am I? You know what I mean? This is just the game, friends. I mean, since third cycle as well. I've still got it written here. Third cycle, don't forget. Third cycle for Ethereum. A curse will appear somewhere. I still have the box drawn up here. Let's see if it happens. Now, this is the ChainLink chart, friends. I'm still waiting to see if the ChainLink's going to hit between these two boxes up here, these fib zones. Just waiting to see what it's doing. It breaks the top up here. This is why it's so hard, friends. This is why, look, I'm telling you, man. But this is why you buy in the depression, okay? Because look what ChainLink's going through. ChainLink does this freaking triangle thing, okay? Breaks up, and now it just stops here. Like, look how garbage it is, friends. The more you wait, look how fast this happened, by the way. All of this happened in literally 4 months. In 4 months, now, if you look at this, you get the confirmation, you only get, congratulations, a 30% to a 90% gain. But if you were buying in the depression, not even getting the bottom, if you just got like $6 up here, look what you're going to get up the top. Instead of 90%, you can get your nice 400%. You see that huge difference? You can get this is ChainLink, by the way. ChainLink's volatility isn't even like it. ChainLink was super strong. The other ones are even more accentuated. So you get to see just the power of buying the depression. It basically is the life changer here, but it comes with a cost. You got to search through all the coins to see which ones aren't rugs. And speaking of non-rugs, on the left I have, so the friends, that this is a funny thing going on. There's actually a rivalry between HOA, which is Tangang, and Teddy Bear. Now, don't pay attention to any of these. Just let them do their thing. They just need to make noise. Okay, they just need to make, doesn't mean East Coast, West Coast, Tupac, Biggie. Don't worry about it, man. Just more noise, the better. That's it. I own both. I love them both. Don't take it seriously. Just let them keep doing their thing. Left side, right side. Just let it keep happening. Bang, 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 bang. Because more attention there, the more energy that comes in, the more people come in. Oh, what's going on here? Right? That's what you want to see. And trust me, people within their own communities, whenever they get the green candle, they'll make like 5 times more content to talk about the other ones and go back and forth. Okay, so they invigorate each other. Competition's healthy as well, too. Look at teddy bears screaming up. This is beautiful to see. Now, you might, I'll like never ever touch this. However, if you put it to a pulse ratio, you're like, oh, crap. It's not expensive at all against Pulse. So that basically, based off where Pulse is today, because Pulse has moved, if you got back to the top, it's another 2.7x from here. This is an extension of a fib, and this is another one. This isn't even the highest one. But if you can get up here, man, that's another 6x. That's huge. Huge if you can get there on your Pulse from today. From today. Do you remember, friends, what I tell you is I was watching it. It popped up. We got the pull in right here. What do we tell you? Right here into the moving average. You see that? 21 EMA. It pops up, comes in, snaps into the moving average, and there you go. Hopefully, this is what happens. You continue up. But you only got that one chance. And you don't even know if it's going to stop for you. You never know. It's always better to get the cheap prices, okay? Also, looking at Tangang, the coin as well. I mean, screaming new highs. It's just so cool to see this and to be on. I think when I got you in like around here. Okay, sweet. Remember, this wasn't a SOMI chart. This was not a SOMI chart, friends. It was coming up, and it goes up, and I was waiting for a big drop, and it just never came, and it stopped here. And I said, you know what? This reminds me of Ticker Bitcoin. The Harry Potter Obama coin. It reminds me exactly of that, and then bang. That's huge. It's up, wow, 7.8x. But look, if you go to the Pulse price, remember, this thing's only like 9 million market cap, friends. 9 million market cap. This is the thing, okay? Look at this. Okay, so I have still up to the target here. This is like another double, and this is like a 4x. Like these are just like Teddy Bear's 33 million, Tangang's like 9 million. Why? Maybe they flat out themselves. Maybe Tangang HOA, HEX Orange Address on PulseChain, maybe that gets to 30 million as well. That's another triple. Let's actually see what it would look like if it did that. If it just matched it. That would be a 200% gain here to do the 3x. Oh, wow. It's exactly in between the zone. Right here. But then, here's the thing. What if Bear doubles? Then that means Tangang to flip it needs a 4x, which is a 300%. Bang, up here. So you see that if Teddy Bear does a 2x, if Teddy Bear I guess does even more, this is nuclear if that happens. I don't know what else to do, friends. Like, you guys can buy momentum if you want. I'm not. I buy blood. That's it. So here we are just celebrating and enjoying everything. Let's see. Hopefully the other coins follow. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you very soon.